As many of you know, Amazon is changing their reimbursement policy starting March 10th, 2025. Their new policy is going to make for automatic reimbursements, and they're also requesting that you upload your cost of goods into their system. We're going to be walking through how to upload this cost of goods if you have to, or just go by Amazon's own recommendation of what they're planning on reimbursing you for. So, first and foremost, looking at the inventory defect reimbursement dashboard, you can actually get to this dashboard just by going up into your inventory, then over to FBA inventory, and then clicking down into your inventory defect and reimbursement. How many times can I say inventory? Secondarily, now we're looking at the manage your sourcing cost page. This is not available to just everyone yet, but Amazon is slowly rolling out. We do have aspects. So you'll click this manage sourcing cost. I have actually already done this and actually updated a couple of them. So a couple of things to note. Depending on what Amazon has as the actual Amazon estimated here, they will typically tell you whether or not you are within line of what they actually think is going to be the cost of the product. So if you say are typically paying somewhere in your industry average $35 and Amazon has $34, you can update to your $35 under this, where let's say for this one it's 115. Let's say that I need to update this to 116.76. You can make that update and Amazon will typically auto approve that. That's what happened down here below. This used to be $104. I updated it to 115. This one used to be 115 and I updated it to 116. So Amazon auto approved those within minutes, seller submitted just by clicking the update button here, putting in the sourcing cost. Now, if you try and make too large of an update, such as this one up here, where I updated this, the normal was 86.82. I tried to update it to 115, so about a $30 difference overall, a little bit more, $40. Amazon's requiring a documentation for it. So what does that mean? Essentially, you come over here, and Amazon requires provide proof of value of the product that you're actually submitting. So what does the actual cost? Now, a key thing to note with this is Amazon is requiring only the manufacturing cost. They are not going to be doing the shipping cost. They're not going to be doing the handling cost, any Amazon fees, only the actual manufacturer cost or wholesale cost of the product that you have. So, what kind of documentations do you have to submit for this? Well, thankfully, they actually tell us for once. The submit documentation should include the following information with, validity of accuracy, the document name, so whatever the manufacturer invoice is or the wholesaler invoice, the document number, so very typical for any form of invoice, a document date, when was the product actually purchased, buyer entity name. So that's going to be one that aligns with your Amazon business. So you're going to very much want to make sure that your Amazon business and where you buy the product from are aligned. This is going to be very, very important to make sure that you can actually upload documentation like this. Next, issuer entity. So whoever you are purchasing it from. And then finally, we're going to have some clear indication as well as the actual product details. So that typically is going to be, a SKU number. That's going to be just a quick description of the product. This will become a gray area if you end up having products that are very, very similar in nature. So the difference between, blue graphic t-shirt and green graphic t-shirt, it's going to be a little tricky to really identify, but make sure the description is updated so that you don't run into issues there. And then after that as well, finally, like I was saying, clear indication of the manufacturing cost or purchase price. This is the biggest area that you need to make sure of, especially when you are trying to submit reimbursement for something like this. So that's one of those things that, unfortunately, Amazon really wants your invoice and they really want to know how much you're paying for goods. So far, from what I have seen, their estimation actually is not all that bad. Their estimation is fairly close to what the actual is, and that just comes from a lot of the data they have. Now, again, this isn't going to include any of the shipping costs. It's not going to include any handling, any fees. So you might end up getting less reimbursement than you have in the past. But the positive here is if you are someone who typically pays under industry norms for the cost of your product, then you likely are going to benefit from this in some capacity. I actually have seen it a few times. The higher cost a product is, the more that people are typically getting from Amazon with their estimation versus their actual cost. So this is very interesting to see how this all works. But if you are interested again in how to go about uploading, It's very simple when you just want to upload any regular, just a very quick update over here. But if Amazon requests that documentation, make sure you fill everything out correctly. You have an actual invoice from your manufacturer and you can upload it there.